House Bill 5349 does more than ban phones in schools, and some of what comes next deserves a closer look before it becomes law. I'm Lorena Betts, candidate for state representative, and this is Beyond the Buzzword. Our legislators are responding to a real crisis. Kids are anxious, sleep-deprived. Cyberbullying is affecting young lives. And billion-dollar companies have built platforms designed to maximize engagement, often by amplifying conflict and emotional response. The House took action with H. 5349, the act enhancing the safety and regulation of social media platforms for minors. That leadership matters. The bill has two main parts. First, phones off during the school day, bell to bell. The research supports that, and many families and educators agree. Second, it requires social media platforms to verify the age of users. And because the only way to confirm someone is under 16 is to verify that everyone else isn't, this applies to all of us. This is where we need to think carefully about what are we asking these platforms to build. Age verification at scale requires more than checking a box. In practice, it means collecting identity information, potentially government IDs, facial recognition, or biometric data, and linking it to your online activity. The goal is to protect kids, but the system we'll be creating is a verification infrastructure operated by the very companies we're trying to hold accountable. That is worth pausing on. We'd be requiring Meta, TikTok, and others to collect more personal data on users, not less, and to do so with the government mandate behind them. The bill also raises questions about how these systems would work. It requires platforms to use, quote, the best technology available for age verification. But what that means isn't defined in the legislation. Instead, the Attorney General would determine the specifics after the bill passes. That is a significant amount of authority over a system that touches everyone's data. And it means the legislature would be voting on a framework without knowing exactly what it requires. There's another piece to consider. Massachusetts doesn't yet have a comprehensive data privacy protections. So once this verification data exists, your identity linked to your social media use, there aren't clear rules about how long it's stored, who can access it, or whether it can be shared or sold. Privacy and civil liberties advocates aren't saying it don't act. They're saying, let's make sure the safeguards exist before we mandate data collection. It is also worth noting that H. 5349 doesn't address. The core harm isn't just that young people can create accounts. It is what happens after. Algorithmic systems designed to maximize time on screen, autoplay that makes it hard to stop, and recommendations on engines that amplify outrage, because outrage drives engagement. This bill doesn't regulate any of that. It focuses on who can access the platform, not how the platform is designed to affect them. We can build on this bill and make it stronger. We can hold platforms accountable for product design that contributes to harm, not just for who signs up. We can require transparency in how algorithms shape what users see. We can give people meaningful control over their own feeds and data. And we can make sure that any verification system includes real privacy protections, so that a bill meant to limit big tech's influence doesn't end up expanding it. H. 5349 now moves to the Senate. Reach out to your state senator. Link below. Let them know you support protecting kids online, and that you want to see this bill strengthened with clear privacy safeguards and accountability for how these platforms are actually designed. I am Lorena Betts, and that's Beyond the Buzzword.